Hi guys, and girls, just wanted to show you what's going on here. I had a suspicion that this is the alternator pulley off the Opel Combo 1.3. I had suspicions that it was gone because it was making an awful screeching noise. Yeah, it is changed. This is the old one. The center here is supposed to be, this area here is supposed to be able to move separate of this in one direction, so you should be able to turn it one way and it should lock the other way. This is locked every way, so it's completely seized. This is the cap off the outside of it, and there's a special tool which goes in here to I'll just get you that tool actually and show it to you now. One moment. Alright, as I'm showing you, this is the set of tools for changing alternator pulleys. It's a Draper set. I actually borrowed it from a good friend of mine, and the way it works, and this is on the alternator. Now for the Opel Combo, this is the one fits in here. Okay, so that locks the inside one, and from what I remember, this one then goes through and in, and it locks onto the middle. You see it's got the, and guys, in locks the shaft. So what you're doing is you're putting this in to lock the shaft, and then you're using your spanner, 22mm spanner, on this nut here to get this off. So this is holding the shaft, and this one is turning this collar here, and it just needs to be loosened off a small bit. Then you'll be able to just get your hand on it and spin it off. Now, I saw a lot of these, a lot of videos, okay, claiming that you had to take out the alternator out of the van to change it, and I did it without changing it. I was able to get this on here, okay, like so. Now, technically speaking, you're supposed to be able to get a socket on here, but what I was able to do was get that on there, okay, a little 10mm spanner, okay, and put that on the smaller one, okay, put that on the smaller one. Now remember now that the inside of your wheel arch is going to be just here, so you haven't got a whole lot of space. But you get that in your outside one, you get your 20mm spanner, ring or open, whichever you got, on it here, and you just have to hold this one in position, hold the small one in position, and get that one to crack open. And it's normal right hand, left hand thread, so you're going to the left of this one to get it open. So it just saves you having to take off. It's not a massive job to take out the alternator. It has 3 bolts and a couple of wiring harnesses, but you do need to take off the inner wheel liner on the inside of the wheel arch to get it out, because just physically to get it out is a problem, I think. But yeah, you can do it. Now, another thing, there are several different alternators. Put these back here. There are several different alternator pulleys for the Opel Combo. It's all the joys of having that 1.3 cdti engine that a lot of other Opels have and Fiats have and stuff like that. So it's in everything, really. Now, the way I ordered 2 in, 2 came in because there was 2 that were listed for it. The difference is, okay, this is how you'll tell your one, is here at the back, okay. This is the front of this is the alternator side here, and this is the front where your cap goes on. Here is the cap. The cap is here, just to make it so you know which end you're looking at. Now, so this is your outside, this is your alternator side. The difference in the ones, because I got two in just to see which is which, is this little ridge here, this outside little ridge here on top. Okay, the one that the other one that came in has, it's only about 1.5 mil, 2 mil of a difference here. So you've got a wider area here, whereas this one here just kind of comes to a point. It's not really there's nothing here at all. So if you can imagine, you see there's a little shoulder here. You see a little shoulder on this side of it here. Let's see if I can focus this. Little shoulder here. On the other listed one for this, it has a similar shoulder on the inside. That is the difference. So you can check that very easily by looking into your van or whichever Opel you have, and you can quite easily see that on the alternative one to this has the shoulder on the inside as well. It has a little, this is about maybe 3 mil further in, and you've got a little flat spot here on top. Then you've got your grooves, so you can imagine just having that on the inside also. That's the difference between the two of them. So yeah, it's very hard to, because even with chassis numbers and registration numbers, it seems to be there's umpteen different parts for one part, if you know what I mean. And yeah, so that is the way to look at it. So if your alternator pulley fails or seizes, two things you can check. You can find out which one it is by looking at it, and you can see it's the one closest without the flat spot here. That's one kind. This is the other kind. I have a feeling that might be the more popular one, to be honest, you know. So if I get a part number, I'll also post it up as well. Yeah, that's the most popular one, I think. And let me see. Yeah, and also, yeah, you can actually change this if you have the kit. Okay, because a lot of people take them off and buzz them off with impact guns and all that kind of stuff. But if you haven't got an impact gun and you don't want to take out the alternator, you can do it with just 10 mil spanner for holding the small chrome one gun in, and a 22 mil spanner for the outside one. Okay, it's a little bit tight, but you can just about get it in and get your spanners on it at the same time. Just saves a lot of time taking out the alternator and stuff. So I hope this helped you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, here's a quick little video just to show you what I was trying to explain earlier on the bench. Right, as with most of the stuff that has to be done in this side of the engine, you can easily remove the airbox. Okay, it's just a case of pulling this little bit here out to the side, and at the same time, if you have two ends, putting it off like that. Okay, that's just an airflow meter plug anyway. Okay, and you don't have to open these here. This guy from here is the air intake here. You can plug that out, just pull it back this way a little bit. Okay, and then you can pull it off of there. Okay, now put that to one side. Now what you need to do there is, you see down here, it's a little kind of a rubber mount here that can easily up. Okay, and these two rubbers here then at the back, and one there and one here. You can just pull one. Take it out. Not so easy to do with one hand. second. This might not be the best view now, but we'll see how we go, okay? And it could fall. Yeah. Okay, push in the outside one here. And then we have this guy out here, and we have this guy out of there. So, whole airbox now. We jiggled out. As you can see, it's a little small, hard to see. Yeah, you see this little pipe here, like that. That goes onto here. It's easy just to free. It's not hard to put on or off. There's the small pipe there. Goes on to there. Oh, there you just catch this. Turn it over, okay? Now, as I said, I have this pulley changed already. So I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean. Now, it might come off, yeah, come off. Now, as you can see, this is our new alternator pulley, okay? Now, what you need to do is get that guy in there, okay? Then this guy, I think you need to put them together first, actually. Just get this one. Oh. Yeah, because it's so tight here, okay, against the side, you need to get the two of them together first. So you push them in like that, okay? Because this won't go in if you put in the black one first. Too much going together, okay? Now that is locking the shaft, and this is going into the spline to the pulley. Now, what you need to do then is you need to get your 10mm spanner. Let's turn it the other way now so it's not blocking everything for you. Okay, so 10mm spanner on like that, okay? And then, if I was taking it off, which I'm not going to take it off now, you would use your 22mm here onto this here, so you can hold this one, okay? And then you use this one just to crack it off, okay? So you would use this one there, the big one, crack it off. You can hold it with the small one. So, as you can see there, this one is working fine because it's actually moving the shaft inside. So yeah, and I need one crack on the big one. Hold this one here, hold the little one, hold the little one, hold the little one, crack on the big one, and off she goes. And it's a right hand thread, so you're just the same as a standard thread. And yeah, didn't. As soon as you get it cracked off, take out your spanner, take out your tools, and remember, of course, this belt won't be here either. The belt will have been taken off, and if it's seized up, you'll just be able to spin it off with your hands. There's no problem at all. And yeah, it's just a reversal limp on your new one. Spin it around to the right until you get hand tight. Put in your pieces again. Put in your little chrome and the black fitting into the splines, and the chrome one to go through the middle at the same time, and tighten it the same way. Give them a little nip up, and don't forget to put this cap on, because that's the reason for these failing is the cap being off, and little bits of dust and whatever, dust and stuff going into sorry about the focus, yeah, a little bit of dust and stuff going into the mechanism, the little ratchet mechanism in the pulley, you know. So you'll be able to hear a difference straight away with it. It'll definitely make a big difference. So yeah, not so bad. To check it, just if you want to make sure that it is gone before you change it, take off your belt, take off your fan belt, or the circle 10 belt, whatever we're going to call it. I know it's not a fan belt anymore. And you can just put something like a screwdriver or something here, right, into the aperture here, just to catch on the fins, the cooling fins on the alternator. So that'll lock that up. And when you have it off, then when you have the cooling fins locked inside here, put a little screwdriver in there, or whatever, just to stop the alternator from moving. You should, if the pulley is okay, you should be able to turn it in one direction and not the other direction. That's the way the ratchet works on it. That's the way the mechanism works on it. If you can't move it in any direction, it seized and will have to be changed. That's what they're all about. So, and probably if it's been gone for a while, it will need a belt, because it does build. I'll show you guys in a minute now. The belt that came off it, it does need a new belt, because it starts to eat up all those little grooves down there. It just seems to take chunks out of them because of being under pressure the whole time, you know. So I'll show you the belt in a while. I also, guys, I changed the tensioner as well today. The tensioner with this, it wasn't much of a spring in it, so I decided to change it while I was changing the belt and that. And also very easy to change. You just got the, let's see if I can focus in on it there now. You've got the one, yeah. Of course, remembering now again that the belt will be gone off this when all this is done. You got that one guy there. That is the only one that holds on the tensioner. You just slacken that off, and the tensioner will come off. Make sure when you're putting on the tensioner again that there is a little, I'll show you in the guys in a minute now, there is a little pin in it that needs to go into the right place. If it doesn't go into the right place, you won't get the proper tension. And yeah, there wasn't any Loctite on the tensioner that came out of it now, but I did put a bit of Loctite on it going in, because it's not a lock. You know, I just feel it needs to, when there's so much vibration there, that there should be a little bit of Loctite in it. So hopefully that will help it. So yeah, new tensioner, new belt, and new alternator pulley. So we are good for a little while. I'm just going to show you the belt and the tensioner now as well, just to show you what the damage can be done. Now guys, here's the belt that came off it, but as you can see, it is absolutely destroyed. Yeah, you can focus on that there. There are major chunks gone out of it and missing out of it. So this was on one place. Actually, it's very bad for it. Yeah, as you can see here, we can focus on that. There are areas of that where you can actually see the material or whatever it is coming out through it. So yeah, it wasn't going to last too much longer now, and that's most of that is due, well, belts fail anyway, but most of it is due now to the alternator pulley being seized and pulling on the belt constantly. Now, this is the the belt tensioner that I also changed. Now, like I was saying, your bolt goes in the middle here. This is the bolt it should be catching if you're slacking in and off or whatever. This one is actually a 15. Now, surprisingly enough, the one that I changed it for has a 14mm bolt here that you put your ratchet onto or whatever for slacking it. So you put your bolt out, you put your spanner on here, and you just pull it, and this is spring loaded, supposed to be, and it will just move this pulley slightly this way, and your belt will be running around here. Just gives enough room, so you can slip the belt off. That's how the tensioner works. Now inside here is a fairly substantial spring, but as you can see, for this is completely banjaxed, because as you can see here, it's not even sitting straight anymore. This is supposed to move independently. This is the part that's connected to the engine, and this is supposed to move independently on a spring. This is a little stopper here which goes up and down. You can squeeze it fully here, and you can put a pin. Most of the new ones that come now, they come with a pin that goes through here, so you can hold it in the open position, put your belt on, and pull out the pin. It's very difficult to do. But yeah, as you can see, this is completely shot because it's not even running parallel anymore. You can see you've got no gap here, and you've got a big massive gap here, so that is completely destroyed. You can also see as well here on the pulley, because this has been off to one side, it hasn't been running flush on the pulley, and you can see that the pulley is no longer flat, because it's the back of the belt, that's the flat back piece of the belt which runs around this, and because this hasn't been running straight and true for the last while, you can see it's actually a fairly considerable ridge has developed across it, you know. So yeah, like I was saying as well, when you're putting it on, make sure it goes on properly. Now you see here, this is the locating pin. Your bolts come through here. This is your locating pin here, and that will only go into one area in the engine block. So when it goes in, there's one place it'll go in right, it'll move slightly, wrong place. Make sure that goes into the place where you can't move. I think it's at the bottom. So if it goes in this way, it should be right. You want to have a look at it first just to see. But yeah, if it goes in, it has to go. This has to go into the right place. It will go in and it'll go another place, but it'll move slightly. No good. You won't get the proper tension, and it'll end up destroying something again. So that has to go into the right place, and yeah, that'll be flat up against the engine block into the little receiving slot, and your bolt comes through here. Yeah, bolts in here, slightly recessed, and yeah, that's it. It's very accessible. Let's put it all back together. But that in, as I said, I use a little bit of Loctite. Just I think it's in a position now which is kind of vulnerable to vibrations. So I did put a bit of Loctite in it when it was going in on the bolt, and don't forget, the new ones when they come, they will have the little, I got it there, they will have, this will be in the fully open position, and they'll have a pin going through here. You have to take that out. It's only just for transport or whatever. I don't think I have it here now, but yeah, there is a little locking pin which holds it open, holds in the untensioned position, but you have to take it out. So don't forget that pin that will be going through there, little L pin, that has to be pulled out before you do anything else, because you won't be able to tension out, you won't be able to move this at all, and you won't be able to tension up your belt. So yeah, not a big job really, couple of sockets, and but just good to be able to do yourself, and very able to, you know, it's not a massive thing at all. When it goes on, then you will notice an instant difference. When you start the van, there will be very little chirping or squeaking or whatever, you know, which you would get sometimes, but I started mine there earlier, and there was no problem at all. It was all very good. So right guys, I hope this helps someone, and as I said, I might just try to do this stuff at home, because I know I have a lot of problems trying to work out how to do these, and there are umpteen different things, but a lot of workshop stuff is done upon the basis of having a pit and a lift and impact guns and all that kind of stuff, which I would love to have, but I don't. So yeah, so I hope this will be able to be done at home, and try and make it as accessible to be done for everyone. Could save someone a couple of quid, be able to do it yourself, and a little bit of satisfaction as well. Okay, have a good day. Bye bye.